That's it. That's the intro. In this video, I'm going to discuss the Peacekeeper and Skier trades that I believe are worth it for the barter trades that these two vendors offer. Moving on to Skier, both level 1 trades are 110% worth the money. You can find rechargeable batteries in any filing cabinet, any tech store. And same with this, you can find these in filing cabinets, duffel bags, marked rooms, super easy to get horses, and super easy to have both of these weapons pretty modded early on. For Skier Loyalty level 2, nothing is worth it, seeing as how this is 6D batteries, so it's definitely not worth it. For level 3, the Skeletonized AR-15 pistol grip is worth it in my opinion, just due to the fact that if you get this trade early, you can use the 3 chainlets and vase to make it so that you don't have to spend so much on the gunsmith quest that requires this hand grip, because this grip I think goes for about $500,000 in the first 2 weeks of wipe, so if you find this in raid you definitely want to sell it. I don't believe that the DVL is really worth it, but if you are moving along quite quickly with the gunsmith, then it might be worth it to just trade 10 horses for this. As for the last one, for Skier, I think the only thing that's really worth it is the weapons case, and you guys can call me crazy as much as you want, but you actually save about 1,000,000 rubles versus the flea market. Even now, 7 weeks into the wipe, you're saving about 1,000,000 rubles going this route rather than going to the flea market directly for these items, as long as you build the moonshine, because moonshine can definitely be expensive. But I think after I did the math, you still save at low quantity of moonshine, even when it's pretty expensive, you still save about 500,000 rubles. So I mean, it's a pretty hefty chunk of change. So we're going to go ahead and say that this is the only one that is worth it, honestly. The Reap IR is just too expensive at this point. The silencer isn't worth the 4 level 20 dog tags, honestly. Moving on to Peacekeeper for the trades. Level 1, I would have to say that the only items that are really worth it here are going to be the MBSS, due to the fact that it is only a broken HDD drive, and the 2 Zippo lighters for the M67 grenade. Although you can find these knives fairly easy just doing your scav runs, I think that the amount of time it would take you might not be worth it early on, but an HK MP5 can definitely be worth it if you are continuing just to grab knives and you have a thought in your head to constantly just grab knives for this MP5. So technically speaking, anything here, but the most worth it things are going to be MBSS and the M67 grenade. As for loyalty level 2, I believe that the SA58 is definitely worth it, seeing as how HDD drives are not going to be that expensive, and RAM at its max after the prices kind of settled out goes for about 21,000. So it's not too crazy, and I definitely think that it is probably going to be one of the easier items to get your hands on, because you can get both of these items in tech stores at the same time essentially, and then just shove them in your secure container and you will have these to be able to trade after you get out of raid. The next item here is going to be the MPX, and I know MPX, oh, it's not that great, but it's only 7 level 8 dog tags. That's absolutely nothing. This is an amazing trade for early wipe. Absolutely amazing trade early wipe. Moving on to level 3, there are actually quite a few trades here that I think are worth it, but you may not think are worth it. And again, that is up to you. The FN57 for a GP coin, I don't use GP coins for nothing. I don't even sell them. So I'm just going to use it and get a 5.7. The 5.7 is a great all-around pistol, honestly. And I think the GP coin definitely justifies getting an FN 5.7. The next one that I think for tier 3 trades / barters from Peacekeeper is going to be the 60 round mag 5.56 for the M4, or pretty much whatever takes 5.56. It's 2 circuit boards. You can get these out of filing cabinets, out of techs. You can even make these. They're not that hard to make in your hideout. Totally worth the 60 rounder that you'd get for these 2 circuit boards. The circuit boards aren't even expensive. Lastly, I think that the M1a Springfield is definitely worth it, seeing as how USB-A's are super abundant in duffel bags, tech stores, and filing cabinets. Super easy to find, super easy to just grab, go, and you don't even have to worry about them. Most people don't even pick them up, so they're usually there. It's definitely worth getting to be able to trade if you just need to fill up extra items in your raids. But again, it's all up to you. And just to remind you guys, you do not need to have these items found in raids, so you can die with these items and still trade to vendors. Lastly, with Peacekeeper level 4, the only trade that I honestly think is worth it is the GP coin trade for the AK-74 and the 3 GP coins, because I just don't use them. That's the only one that I think is worth it, honestly. You can trade for this. I mean, I don't think it's a bad trade necessarily, but I don't use the MP7 enough. So if you use the MP7 a lot, this is probably a good trade for you. But the amount of times I found whiskey, money-wise, this is worth it. But finding this stuff is absolutely insane. But these 3, if you like these 2 and you can find whiskey, these 3 are honestly the only ones that are worth it. I think this is definitely overpriced, and if you're using airframe, I guess this is worth it for the chops. But again, that is up to you. And to remind you guys, yet again, I'm going to keep saying it, you do not need found in raid status on the items that you're trading to the vendors. So if I want this right now, I can trade a VPX a GPX that is not found in raid. I can trade it to a vendor and get these chops. If you feel that I left anything out in this video, definitely make sure to leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to leave a like. And if this is your 3rd or 4th time here, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button if you've been enjoying the content. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.